Okay, so now we're going to start the back of notes 2. The first thing we want to talk about is what each of these symbols means in words. So this symbol is the greater than symbol, and it can mean is more than, is greater than, is larger than, or above. So if you see any of these phrases, it's going to mean the greater than symbol. This symbol is greater than or equal to, which means if I see that symbol, it means minimum, at least, is not less than, not smaller than. So if I see any of these phrases, I want to use this symbol. This symbol is less than, which means is smaller than, is less than, or below. So if I see any of these phrases, it means less than. Finally, I have my less than and equal to. So if I see maximum, at most, no more than, is greater than, I know to use my less than or equal to symbol. So in our first example here, I'm given a phrase, and I want to translate that phrase into an inequality. This is exactly the same as when we used to translate sentences into equations. Same idea. So, first thing you want to do is underline important words. So, it says the 12 less than, so the 12 less than is important. It's less than the quotient of x and 5, that's also important. And then is at least 10. So I'm going to start writing my inequality. 12 less. Well, if I see 12 less, I know I must be something minus 12. So I'm going to write my minus 12 down. Well, it's the quotient of x and 5 minus 12. But I'm going to write my quotient, instead of writing it as x divided by 5, I can also write the quotient as x over 5. These mean the same thing. So I'm going to write x divided by 5, or x over 5, minus 12. Now, here comes the really important part. Is at least 10. I need to look into my boxes above and find where it says at least, so I know which symbol to use. Well, if I look around all my boxes, haha, I found it, at least. So I know I'm going to use my greater than or equal to symbol when I see at least. So it's going to be at least 10. Great, I wrote my inequality. The next part is to solve for x, or get x by itself. So the first thing I need to do to get x by itself is to add 12 to both sides. Then I'll have x over 5 is greater than or equal to 22. I still need to get x alone, so I'm going to multiply both sides by 5. When I do that, these 5's go away, and I'll have x is greater than or equal to 110. Wow, that's a large number. Okay, so my final step is going to be to graph x is greater than or equal to 110. So I'm going to put my 0 in the middle. My 110 is a positive number, so I'm going to put it on the right side. Since I have it as an equal to, I'm going to put a closed circle on 110. Then, since it says x is greater than or equal to 110, I'm going to draw my arrow to the right because these numbers would be greater than 110. Okay, we're going to do the same thing again in number 11. It says twice, so that's important. The sum of a number and 3, it's also really important, is no more than 18. All right, so let's start translating this. Twice. Well, that's going to be 2 times something. Well, it tells me it's going to be 2 times the sum of a number and 3. Well, sum means addition. And it says a number and 3. So some number that I don't know, so we'll say x plus 3. I'm going to end my parentheses. So twice the sum of two numbers is no more than 18. Well, I need to look in my box up here and figure out no more than. What does that mean? What symbol does that mean? So if I look, no more than is right here. So it means less than or equal to. So this is less than or equal to 18. All right, so now I wrote my inequality. Now I need to solve. So the first thing that I'm going to do is distribute my 2. So 2 times x is 2x. 2 times 3 is 6. And I'll leave it less than or equal to 18. Well, x is still not by itself. So I need to subtract 6 from both sides. Then I'll have 2x is less than or equal to 12. Then I'm going to divide both sides by 2 to get x by itself. And when I divide both sides by 2, I'll get x is less than or equal to 6. Now, I need to graph this. So I'm going to go over my number line and always put my 0 first. 6 is bigger than 0, so I'm going to put my 6 right here. It has a less than or equal to sign, so I'm going to put a closed circle on 6. This time it says x is less than or equal to 6. Well, these numbers to the left are going to be less than 6, so I'm going to draw my arrow to the left. All right, so we're going to try to translate one more time. So first I want to underline my important information. So I have 3 times the difference of a number and 4 is at most 12. Well, I have 3 times. So again, 3 times 3 multiplication. Now it's saying the difference of a number and 4. Difference means subtraction. And then it says of a number. Well, I don't know what that number is, so I'm going to put x. But I do know it says the difference of a number and 4. And here comes the important part. I need to use my box again. So it says at most 12. So I'm going to scroll back up to the top and look for where it says at most. If I'm looking, I can find it right here, at most, which means I'm going to use my less than or equal to symbol. So I'm going to go back down to my equation, and I'm going to say 3x minus 4 is less than or equal to 12. Now once more I need to solve. So I'm going to distribute to both. I'll have 3x minus 12 is less than or equal to 12. I still need to get x by itself, so I'm going to add 12 to both sides. Then I'll have 3x is less than or equal to 12 plus 12 is 24. I still have one more step to get x by itself. I'm going to divide both sides by 3, so I'll get x is less than or equal to 8. Then my final step will be to graph. So I'm going to put my 0 in the middle. My 8 is a positive number, so it's going to go on the right side of 0. I have a less than or equal to, so I'm going to put a closed circle on 8. Since it's less than, I want to shade to the left because all these numbers would be less than 8. If you need more time, pause the video, or now move on to video 3.